Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Kind of two things real quick to get out. First and foremost, I'm back up in my studios. I moved everything up this morning. I should say my office. Calling this a studio is kind of a joke. But also, in doing so, it looks like my HD camera is not working, or at least not working yet. So I fiddled with it for 5 or 6 minutes and realized that I'm just going to have to do this off my normal computer camera, which is by far less quality. But for me, it's better to get this going to keep the streak of live Saturday Q&As going. So I apologize for the lower quality of video, but I would rather get this going than have you wait for me to figure out why my HD camera is not working when I moved it from downstairs to upstairs. I will worry about that later. So with that said, we are still going to do this live Q&A. So welcome. Thank you very much for joining. Sorry, we are a little bit late. We try to do this every Saturday. If you've been wanting to ask me a question, go ahead and leave it here in the chat box. If you just want to say good morning, go ahead and leave that in the chat box. I will do my best to recognize you, call you out, and thank you for being a part of the One Rental at a Time channel. The One Rental at a Time channel is very, very different than other channels. It is a channel that was born out of my experience of one rental at a time, of course. But what it has quickly become is a collection of other experts, right? A lot of the other real estate investing channels out there are one creator with their experiences. But what I thought was more important was to bring other creators along. So we have people that do self-management. I have never done self-management. We have people that start with house hacking. I have never done house hacking. I do flip a little, but don't consider myself a professional. So flipping, and we bring on accountants and lawyers and all of that thing. So if you're really interested in real estate investing, this is the channel for you. Go ahead and ask questions both here in the live stream, but also in any of my videos. If you have a question for one of my 6 multimillionaires, leave it below, and maybe you can help us do another topic. Because again, what I try to do with each multimillionaire is talk about 3 things in an hour. That's what we usually set aside. And if you have a question, like if you had a question for Anna or Greg or whoever, leave it below one of their comment or one of their videos, and I will do my best to bring that up with them. So there we go. Let's say good morning to the folks that have already come out. Ultimate Bargains, thank you very much for joining. Lumberjack Landlord, shout out, buddy. You got a live stream tomorrow on your YouTube channel. I think it's 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. So folks, if you're watching this, the Lumberjack Landlord is going to be live tomorrow, Sunday. So enjoy that. Christy, good morning from Lebanon. How are you doing, Christy? I wonder, I hope everything's going okay in Lebanon. I read an article this morning. It's something about fuel or whatnot. It sounds like it's pretty tough there. I apologize. Yeah, let us know what's going on. Yeah, I feel for the country of Lebanon, given what I've read. Scott, good morning. How are you? What are your thoughts about Biden wanting to ban interstate travel for unvaxxed? How will that affect real estate? Wow. So first off, you have me at a disadvantage. I have not heard that news. I can't imagine that happening. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that actually happening. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Put people at borders now? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. My hope is that is fake news somewhere. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but no, I have not heard that. I would. God, that would be bad. That would be bad. As for what it would affect on real estate, it would be a moment in time. Real estate is much slower. I see it, again, from my perspective of consumers, it would impact hotels, it would impact entertainment, it would impact those things, it doesn't, it would not impact real estate. In the grand scheme of things, it would be months, weeks, or months. I don't know. Again, I haven't read it, haven't seen it, but I don't see it impacting real estate at all. Maybe hotels, maybe some REITs. Yeah, that's what I see. But thank you for the question. I have to go look that up. I have not heard that. Nietzsche, good morning. How are you? So 512 here in PL. I'm not sure where PL is. What would you guess PL is? I don't know. I don't know where that is. Lumberjack, how you doing, buddy? Good luck tomorrow. Have fun with it. It's an awesome thing to do. Oh, Poland. There we go. Polling is going very well. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm in Tennessee, city of Lebanon. We are doing great. The state fair is happening here. 1 million people expected. Oh, awesome. Very cool. Have some fun with that. I did not know there was a Tennessee city of Lebanon. Who knew? I am not a whiz at geography, clearly. Yeah, unmitigated disasters. Papers, please. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hi, Tiffany. How are you? Good morning. Chano, good morning. Orators, that's really nice. Question. I love questions. What do you think the future holds for residential real estate due to growing cities with landlords are evil scum and housing is a right crowd? I believe that will, again, it will take over some cities for sure. I saw some, and I think I talked about it on my daily financial news a couple weeks ago. Portland, Oregon made California look landlord friendly, if you know what I mean. Something's going on in Portland, right? So there'll be some cities that take a sharp left, but most won't, right? Where again, the edges get lots of noise, but I don't see it being a long-term thing. I see unemployment rate going lower. Many people are calling for unemployment rates to be at a record low by 2022, which is like tomorrow. So once the economy gets going, people have jobs, people stop begging for stimulus money and unemployment this and unemployment that. And we do get working in school. Again, a lot of this is schools, right? We don't, as someone who has a adult child, we often forget about how hard it must be for single parents, right? If you have a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 4-year-old, and you're a single parent, mom or dad, this last year has been terrible, right? Especially maybe you're in a city with no support structure, or maybe your support structure just was never very good and they're the problem. And, man, single parents of school age kids has had to be rough. So we need schools open. This distance learning or online learning, is not helpful to the students. I can't imagine how far behind our kids are on average. They were behind before, but when you have parents who have to make a choice between watching their kids and going to work, it's an easy choice. It's just is. We can pretend it's not there, but it is there. So we got to get the economy going. Once that opens up, people get back to work, people start making a living, start doing these things. I don't see it sticking. And again, I did a video with the three amigos on Thursday where I think generally speaking, we are going to have less supply. We are going to have higher rents and higher quality. So I think being a landlord, if you stick around and you get through this last little window, it's going to be a really good day, right? You have the Fed giving you unbelievably low fixed rate 30-year debt. You have an inflationary environment in rent. And again, remember, go back and watch that 50-year Excel spreadsheet I gave you. Think about having fixed rate debt at 3% in the 1970s and just look at inflation, just because that's where we are. I think the argument is, are we in 73? Are we in 75? Are we in 77? Folks, that 50 years of research for me was enlightening about the 70s. Stuff I didn't know. I was in grade school. I had no idea what was going on. That data from the 70s, that tells me what the next decade is going to be like. Inflationary. So if I can get ahead of the game, lock in fixed rate debt now, and then let inflation run for 5 to 8 years, home run. Why did I share with you? I went back to Velocity Mortgage this Friday and last Friday, and I'm getting more debt. I'm getting debt at 6% on free and clear property because I want to buy more units that cash flow that will allow me to just get more and more rents going forward. So again, as I do all the time on this channel, I share with you exactly what we're doing. So I think being a landlord going forward is going to be very cool. I think I got your question. Yeah, the housing is a right crowd. The one thing about, and I don't know if I said it, Theta Hedge Capital, good morning. Um, the other thing that I think is going to happen is I think we're going to have a donut rental market. What do I mean by a donut? I think we're going to have what is called today Section 8 or housing assistance or housing, whatever you want to call it. I call it Section 8. I think that part of the crowd is going to grow. I think the housing assistance program could double, which would be just gigantic. What I'm seeing a lot about the last 6 or 9 months is a lot of new landlords are going, hey, I'm going Section 8. I'm going Section 8. I'm going to get my government money. So I think you're going to have that edge of the donut. Then there's going to be a gap for what I'll just call middle class, probably lower middle. Let's call it lower middle class. And then there's going to be where I see the big uptick. And this is what Matt and Dion and I talked about on Thursday. We're all going to raise our credit standards. We're all going to raise our income standards. So there's going to be this donut, right? There's going to be more Section 8, more housing assistance, and then there's going to be higher income, and that's going to be a really big problem for the people in the middle. So that's what I see coming because of the housing is a right crowd, and it's not, obviously. I'm surprised to see you not on the recall ballot. Mike being governor of California is akin to being named captain of the Titanic after hitting the iceberg. No, I am not on the ballot, nor will I ever be. I want to keep my soul. I believe in doing good work. I believe in doing the right things, and I could not imagine being a politician. I think you're just icky. If you don't start icky, you become icky. It's just, ugh. No thanks. No thanks. Question. Hi, Scott. Good morning. A couple of months again, Biden was planning on getting rid of 1031 exchange. Have you heard any updates on that? If it was eliminated, thoughts on when that would happen? Hey, Scott. So I think it's still out there. I think we're going to hear about tax increases or tax changes as a part of what will be called the soft infrastructure, the $3.5 billion Democrat spending spree. They're going to have to do that via what's called a budget reconciliation. And part of the budget reconciliation is you have to basically make it a zero-sum game. So they're going to spend $3.5 trillion over a decade or whatever it is. They're going to have to go find that money through some creative arithmetic. And that's where you're going to see higher taxes. You're going to see potentially tax on billionaires. You could see 1031 exchange go away. You could see lots of things. So no real update. I think the updates and activities will come in the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, as the budget reconciliation process takes over. What would happen? So if it goes away entirely or goes away at a cap, I think there was talk about a cap of 500,000. What I think happens is real estate transactions slow down. It just will. And ultimately what will happen is you will just have longer hold periods. You will see a lot more seller, and you will see a lot more seller financing. Because again, if you take away the 1031 exchange, which allows you to move your basis to a new asset, you can essentially avoid or at least greatly reduce taxes by doing seller financing. So again, losing 1031 would hurt, but it would not be a disaster. Real estate investors are creative, are more advanced than politicians. We would find a way to keep moving forward. Lo and behold, 1031 is awesome. I've used it. I wrote about it in my book. It facilitated us going from 8 to 80 in about a year and a half. So I'm a huge fan. it would suck to go away, but it wouldn't be crushing. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? You're in Greater Nashville, Tennessee area near Christie. Oh, look at that. Hi, Christie. You guys networking together. I like it. Yeah, I think Nashville is one of those hot growth areas. I think, I've been talking about on this channel for a long time. If you can find a spot where millennials are going, that are attracting millennials, which now are the largest age group buying single family homes or first time homes, you could be a winner. And from my research, Tennessee, specifically Nashville, it's got to be a top 5 market. It might be a top 3 market. So have fun in Nashville. Love to hear what you guys are seeing. It's pretty cool. Where we got? Where'd we go? I'm sorry, I'm just going back to all the questions. Sorry. I love all the questions this morning. I had a whole list of things, but I love this. Keep it up. Social, whatever. Okay. So Google saying they might pay less than home workers. Do you think that trend will lead to wage growth going down? Nope. I do not. I think wage growth, again, you got to remember, if you're working at Google, you are not, first off, it's a very small number in the scheme of things. Tech workers are richly compensated. I'm sitting within, the heart of the Silicon Valley. No, I don't think it'll be a growing trend. I think what will happen is Google will make noise and then they won't do bupkis, because one of the things you will realize today is for tech talent, if you don't like where you're at, it is extremely easy to get a job. You can go from Google to Apple to Salesforce to any number of other companies. So that's a headline grabbing thing. It might happen on the margins, but it won't be a growing trend. In fact, I would see somebody who's competing for Google talent to use it as a weapon against Google, frankly, like Facebook, right? Google's in Mountain View, Facebook's in Palo Alto. Facebook could just say, hey, got a pay cut at Google? Come here. We'll match it. I don't see it happening. How do you feel about investing in rentals, 55 plus communities, single family homes, and active adult communities? So good morning, Jay and Kay. As always, I can share with you what I've done. I have never done that on purpose. I have written offers on properties in 55 and older communities. I have not gotten one. You got to make sure the numbers work. There's usually a significant HOA or other monthly fees. Again, for me, whatever numbers make sense. I have the yield spreadsheet that I talk about. I gave you a taste of it on Friday when I told you about a deal I'm doing with Velocity Mortgage. I'm gonna go get a 50% loan. Again, I'm adding units, right? I want more depreciation and I want more units so that inflation will help me going forward. So I'm doing deals like many of you. So I haven't done it yet. I'm not opposed to it. I don't see any reason not to. You've got to make sure the monthly HOA doesn't kill the deal, and you should check the rules, right? What are the rules, right? Some communities have percent of rentals, right? They want to keep it at 80% or higher of owners. So you've got to do some additional due diligence. But I'm not opposed to it. I've tried, but I don't own any yet. Hopefully that makes sense. Oregon is different. Oregon Governor Kate Bowden scraps needs for high school students to prove proficiency, math, reading, and writing to get a diploma. Wow. Lots of stuff going on in Oregon. I don't know. Seems pretty interesting. Good morning, Mike. I have 4 free and clear. I would like to refinance all 4 and keep the cash on the sidelines for better deals. What are your thoughts? Well, Chris, I can only tell you what I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. Again, I try to be as open as I can with you guys. Go back, Chris. I did a video with Stephen Dow 2 Fridays ago where I told you, and I'm already doing it, I'm getting a refinance on a free and clear property because I want to put more cash ready. Because I do think there's going to be opportunities between now and December 31st where cash is going to be important. And again, you're getting, again, for Velocity Mortgage, for me, I'm going to get something about 6%. For most of you, 6% is a joke, right? Most of you can get under 4. But for me, I'll lock in 30 years at 6%. I would not get adjustable today. No way, no how. I'm only getting fixed rate debt. I will take 6% fixed rate. I will sit on the money. And if I deploy it this year, great. If not, I'll deploy it next year or the year after. So I can only tell you what I'm doing. I'm going back to several free and clear properties and building up the cash kitty even more. Yeah. Hey, Louise. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Louise. Good morning. How are you? Krasmir, good morning. Should be interesting moving forward. I want a rental, but don't want tenants that decide not to pay because they can. Yeah. So this is, so I did a video yesterday afternoon, Casimir, where if you're nervous about doing it, that's certainly a reasonable concern, but that does not give you permission to do nothing. I did a live stream yesterday at, I think it was about 6:00 Pacific, where I gave you 4 things to do: create a buy box, look at it every day, grow your network, things like that. So yeah, if you want to be nervous, go ahead, but that's not permission to do nothing. So make sure you keep doing the work because, as Dion says, it's always a great day to do a great deal, but you will have no idea what a great deal is unless you do the work. Secondly, I will tell you the concern around tenants not paying is greatly covered up by having very tight criteria. That's why one of the things I don't do today is buy units full. I don't want the tenant risk of some other landlord's poor quality. If I do buy one, which I have, I want a huge discount. So again, being nervous is fine, but doing nothing is not fine. I hope that makes sense. I don't want that to sound harsh, but I want you to do the work. Remember, it's always a great day to do a great deal. Before I move forward, folks, we are about 22 minutes in. We have 89, now 87 people watching, but only 15 thumbs up. Do me a favor, give me some more thumbs up. I would love to see these live streams get 250, 500 thumbs up someday. So if you can help me do that, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. Sean, Ken McElroy was on Bigger Pockets and thinks we are in the 70s too. Oh, I did not see that. He even mentioned buying a house in Scottsdale to rent out. Ken McElroy, welcome to the party. You finally saw my video where we bet 10 grand that we wouldn't have a 40% decline. Ken, welcome to the party. I did not see that video. I should probably go find it. But yes, I think we are in the 70s. I think the only argument is it 73, 75, or 77? And I'm picking the odd years it could be 72, 74, 76, whatever. But yeah, I think we're in the 70s. And because of that, back to whose question was it? Chris's question. I'm going to go get all the cheap debt. And for me, cheap debt is 6%, which sounds horrible to say, but that's what I'm going to go get. And I'm going to buy as many houses. I'm going to sit on that debt, let my tenants pay it off, and I'm going to see rent just race higher. Rent could be 50% higher. We are having real wage inflation. Wage inflation is going to lead to consumer inflation. This inflation could run 3, 4, 5 years. Rent today, go back and listen to that conversation with Dion and Matt on Thursday about bidding wars on rentals. I never thought I would see that. Bidding wars on rentals. I can't fathom that, but that's where we are going. So yeah, I think Ken McElroy is right. I'm glad he has finally stopped talking about housing crash. Ken, you're an apartment guy. Talk about apartments. You're not a house guy, but welcome to the party. I actually agree with you, Ken. Go buy a house in Scottsdale. Chano, yeah, Section 8. Section 8, again, I think is going to get bigger. I think we're going to have more housing assistance. I think housing assistance is going to go up. I think Section 8, if you followed my channel, read my book, I'm a fan. I have about 30, maybe 25% of my unit Section 8. I use it to check the checker, meaning I pay a property manager, but I want Section 8 to check the property manager. I grew up very poor, so I have all my units are Section 8 available. But again, so I don't distinguish where the money comes from, just approve the tenant based on my criteria. So yeah. Theta Hedge Capital, we do strictly Section 8. and STR. I don't know what that is. Drawing a blank, but yeah, I think a lot of people are going to go Section 8. A lot of, I mean, never in 20 years I was never late on any Section 8 payments ever. New tenants, let's be clear, new tenants in the program, sometimes it takes 2 months to catch up, but the money always shows up. I've never had a problem with the government's portion of Section 8. Section 8 is a trap. My dad always had bad problems with Section 8 tenants, no respect for private property rights. Yeah, some people don't like it. I'm a huge fan. At least where I am in California, the yearly inspections, most of the time, there are new, like, I always hate the freaking carpet is fraying. I hate that. But the tenants actually get a report as well. So the tenants are held accountable for keeping the unit clean. So most of the reports I get have tenant issues. But yeah, if you don't like Section 8, don't do it. I'm a fan. I like it. I've had 5 horrible tenant stories in 20 years. 3 were cash, 2 were Section 8. Yeah, you can have problems, but you can have problems with anyone. Yeah. But again, I like it. You don't have to. I do. I have Section 8 problems in, I have Section 8 rentals in Moaning and Ohio. Okay, cool. I think they could raise everyone's taxes 20% and still not be able to cover the entire. Yeah. Folks, I think there are, I was going to do a live stream on this sometime this week, but I'll just do it right here. I think, there's a joke about the only things you can count on are death and taxes. It's a joke that people often say. As I sit here and look at next year, inflation, higher taxes, low interest rates. I don't know how. I think the Fed is trapped. So again, it's like the 70s. It seems so obvious now that I've looked at the data. The Fed's going to ignore inflation for a long time, and then boom, Paul Volcker or someone like him, someone like Paul Volcker will come in and have to raise rates because it is going to get nutty. But again, I have 30-year rate debt. Doesn't matter. I'm good. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to pay for this either. Ron Legrand says renting out on a lease option with a significant option consideration is good to ensure that a tenant will not default. Same with selling on a wraparound note with big down payment. Yeah, Ron Legrand. Yeah, if you haven't heard of him, you should look him up. He's been doing he's been doing real estate for a long time. Where are we? God, you guys got lots of questions. Thank you. You put me as a writing candidate. No, thanks. No, don't do that. I don't want them. When you sell on a wrap note, first note, you can use the note as a down payment on the next person. Yep. Oh, it's been hard for buyers lately. Yeah, Tiffany. I think it's been hard for buyers in lots of areas. I will tell you that the housing slowdown is real. I'm hearing from agents all over the country. I'm actually hearing from buyers now shocked. If you're not part of my Facebook group and you are a student, you should really get a fake Facebook account because we're having more and more students say, hey, I wrote an offer. I didn't expect to hear back, and they got it. Again, I'm screaming, the housing slowdown is real. You got to do the work, though. If you just sit there and watch the media and don't do anything, that's on you. But yeah, I think Nashville is way hot. I think Boise is way hot. Yeah, there are some markets. And yeah, like I said, I think Nashville is a top 3 market when I look going forward. I think it's going to have migration. I think the migration is going to be a younger crowd, and it could really set up Nashville for the next decade. Tin Man, how you doing? My new build will be complete in November. Do you think these low interest rates will stay until I close? I guess you're buying a new build, not building a new build. I suspect the Fed's not going to do much to the end of the year. I think they do start tapering. So I guess it depends on what you mean by low rates. I think rates are higher December 31st than today, but not Not crazy higher, like less than a half a point, which I can still consider remarkably low, but it won't be rock bottom, I don't think. But again, God, the first deal I got, I think, was 7 and an eighth. So if you got something at 3 and an eighth, that's still great. Please get 30-year debt though. Looking to buy a personal home, then investment home, vice versa. Regrettably sold our home one ago. Pandemic related move in now, return to. Gina, I think that's how you pronounce that. That's a very personal question. And I don't know, frankly, anything about you. So my answer is going to be very generic. I do believe buying your personal home first. If you're, oh, let me answer it this way. Like, we bought our home first. Why? Well, our daughter was 6, 5 or 6. I think she was 6. We wanted the school district and we wanted to be there until she graduated high school. So we bought a home first. If, for example, we were didn't have a child, perhaps, which I couldn't imagine, but let's just throw it out there. And we were in careers that would, maybe we were in the military. That's a good example. Maybe we were in the military and we were going to move every 2 years. We would probably, I don't know. We'd probably get a VA loan now that I think about it. We get a VA loan, live there, and then rent it out when we left. So I guess the answer is, if you're going to live there for 5 years or more, in our case, it was 15 years, I think, roughly. Buy your home first. There's nothing like getting on the property ladder for your own home. That's my opinion. I know it's different. I know lots of real estate investors want to say, own what you own, rentals, and rent where you, I don't know, the Grant Cardone quote, which escapes me right now, but yeah. Yeah. So Gina, I hope that makes sense. If you want to ask me more questions below, feel free. I love it. Hey, Antonio, #1 channel, YouTube, Mike, you're killing it, buddy. Awesome. I appreciate that. Just remember, one of the things I love about One Rental at a Time, unlike other real estate investing channels, is it's not just me. I have 6 or 7 multimillionaires that we talk to every week, and they make this channel go. My expert series, Sunday through Friday, is it. I am just so honored that those 7 people talk to us every week, and that they're willing to do that every week for you with giving. I mean, it's, yeah, our expert series is awesome. The daily financial news is awesome, but yeah, One Rental at a Time would be nowhere without our 7 multimillionaires. So yeah, it's all about them. But thank you, Antonio. I appreciate that. Mike, when does 0% down payment make sense for you? VA loans allow 0% down and no mortgage insurance. Well, I think they always make sense. I did not serve in the military, so I don't know all the rules. Again, I think a 0 down VA loan, I'm assuming you can house hack. I don't know that for sure, but I would assume you could. Man, can you imagine a 0% down loan on a fourplex right now? Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Live for free. I mean, again, you got to do the work, find the numbers. But for me, Steven, it'd be all about the math. It'd be all about the math. I think you have to have, it has to be owner occupied. I don't think you can do a VA loan on an investment property, but I could be wrong because, again, I don't qualify and thus never looked. But yeah, I think they can make sense. Yeah. Tiffany. Okay. In my area, must be owner. Oh yeah, must be owner occupied. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what some of them are. Yep. Can be purchased for immediate family. Okay. Yeah. Limit your tenant pool. Yep. Good point, Tiffany. Yep. Yeah, Ken owes us a property and 40% crash isn't coming. Oh, the lumberjack. I remember when you and I just lost it when Ken McElroy, like a year ago, 40% crash, get out of the way. Moron. Stay in apartments. But hey, he got a lot of clicks. Man, porn. Or what is it called? Fear porn, whatever they call it. I don't know. It's crazy. Crash, crash, crash. God, idiots. You cannot expect people to pay these huge rental increases if the wages don't increase. Well, help defeat COVID. My premise is wage inflation is happening. Wage inflation is happening. Wage inflation is happening. And oh, by the way, it is supply and demand. So if there's less supply, guess demand goes up. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, guys talking about wraps. Yep. I live in New Jersey, so expensive out here. Well, I live in Mountain View. It is doubly expensive. So, yep. Trying to buy a home. I don't want to overbid. Yep, don't overbid. Wondering if I should buy an investment before personal property flips are coming on market. Again, Janet, what I would ask you to do is go take a look at yesterday's live stream at 6 o'clock. It's really short. I think it's like 6 minutes. I tell you, or I don't tell you. I ask you to do these 5 things over the next 30 days. You have to learn the market. You have to have a buy box. You have to look. You have to look. You have to look. I believe housing is slowing down across the country. It's just slowing down at different rates. And if you don't look every day, it is hard to see. So what I would ask you to do is watch that short 6-minute live stream. Actually, I don't know what it's called. Let me look on my phone and see if I can find the title really quick. It was a live stream. Oh, it says the video is called Not Ready to Buy a Rental Yet, but You Want to Learn. Take this free, I don't know what it says, free 30-day challenge or something. So Janet, I would ask you to do that. You will build confidence and consistency, and you will know if the market is slowing down. But yeah, it's tough. In some market, it's really tough. New Jersey, probably a lot like New Hampshire, I'm guessing, where you're getting a lot of New York money coming in. And yeah, it's tough. I feel for you. Your book on Audible, cool. Thank you for that, Tiffany. Don't forget, if you have my book, folks, where's my book? I don't know where it is. I might have given it away. Do I have one? Oh, I must have given it away. Oh, well. I give stuff away all the time. I guess I got to buy another book. Where is it? Anyways, make sure you leave me a 5-star review on Audible or Amazon, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I know that's asking for some of your time, but if you can do that for me, leave a 5-star review on that book, I would be great. I would love to get to 1,000 5-star reviews on Amazon someday. I think we are at 650 today. So maybe if 5 or 10 of you watching this could do it today, that would be awesome. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I'm in Maryland right now, so it's just one condo, but I plan to buy a midterm rent in my house when I move. Tiffany, that's a great plan. Yeah, it's a great plan. Buy a house, low down payment, live there for a little while, maybe fix it up, move on to the next one. Lots of people I know have done that over the years. So congratulations, Tiffany. Do the work. It's one rental at a time. I started the same way. One house, then another house. Just keep doing it. You're good. I offered 0% down VA loan offer and was accepted. My agent and I both were very stunned. Yeah, folks, if you didn't see that statement from Chris Miller right now, and you don't appreciate what I've been telling you, you're missing the point. The housing slowdown is real. I mean, no disrespect to Chris Miller or anybody who offered a 0 down VA loan, but if you did that in March or April, you would have been laughed out of the realtor's office. The market in August is not April. The real estate market is slowing down. What did I tell you on Thursday? All of a sudden, 3.3% of loans getting done are FHA. They were essentially 0 in March. The market is slowing down. FHA buyers have a chance. Chris, a VA loan, the hardest loan on the seller to get done because of repairs and inspections and all of that. He got an offer accepted. That does not happen in March or April. So Chris, congratulations. Chris, thank you for your service. Because you qualify, I know you have served. So thank you very much. Maybe you're still serving. Thank you for serving and doing what you do. Wage growth will explode for lower wage workers. Yes. Who do you think rents most affordable units? Yep. Nice car, caviar, 4-star, daydream. Think I'll buy me a football team. All right. Well, thank you for wasting a few seconds of my life. You mean that you offer to buy included contingencies? I'm tending, I don't know. Oh, you can house hack with a VA. Thank you, Tamika. Appreciate that. Yes, correct. Ultimate bargain. Is it wise to oops, where'd we go? Where'd we go? What are you guys doing? All right, where'd we go? Is it wise to purchase a rental now in Southern California? The yield isn't there. Kristen, SoCal is tough. Like LA, San Diego, Orange County, tough. It's like the Bay Area. However, SoCal has Inland Empire, high desert areas where much, you can find some cash flow. So it's all about the market you choose. I do believe you can find a great deal in any market. Just a great deal in San Diego is not a great deal in the Inland Empire, for example. A great deal in San Diego might be a 3.5% yield, where in the Inland Empire it might be 9. I don't know. I'm just showing you examples. I don't judge markets. All I ask you to do, Kristen, is learn your market, know what average is. In San Diego, let's just say is 3%. If San Diego is 3%, then all you have to do is do 5% deals, and you are doing better than average. That is what I think. So yeah, just do better than average. And I think you can do that anywhere. VA loans are intended for owner occupants, not investments. Yep. My husband sold one of our rental properties and bought digital coin thing and lost it all. I don't know what to tell you. Nice. Save 25K. Congratulations. Do the work. Squat or die. Squat or die. Must be a guy who works out, or a lady. Actually, I shouldn't judge. I would tell you to go watch the video on Friday. When you have reservations or apprehension, do the work. There is nothing more. Basically what I teach in my course in step 1, step 2 is how to build confidence in yourself. It is simple. It is focus and daily discipline, grow your network. But sitting there just thinking about it, not helpful. You have to do the work. And think about all my experts. All of them are in the market every day. I keep telling you, I've looked at my market 10 to 20 minutes a day for 20 years. It builds confidence. If you can say this is average, squat or die, you can do good or great deals, but it takes time. Whatever. Ken McElroy said video that people were selling their homes in San Jose, California to go live in Stockton. Yes, stick to apartments. Yeah. Ken McElroy. Dude, stick to apartments. Come on, man. You guys are very interesting. Duplexes and triplexes are good. Yep. Make the numbers make sense. Wow, Tamika, congratulations. Yay. Let me know when it closes, and I will send you one of these. 24 minutes, 5%, FHA. Very cool. Very, very cool. So we've got people in here just playing, which I'm just going to ignore. Last year, my home was worth $350. This year, I can sell for $460. Is now the time to sell since I have no funds for future personal investments. I'm in Colorado Springs. Again, I don't know what you would do with the money. You're going to pay taxes. Can you get the money out some other way? Does it cash flow? Is it your own home? These are all decisions that you need to ask yourself. I don't know your position, Jose, unfortunately. But yeah, it'd be something to think about. And where would you go? Would you stay in Colorado Springs? Then you're selling at a high and buying at a high. I don't know what you would do there. Would you recommend a cash out refi or HELOC in order to purchase my first rental? Our first home will be built soon. New construction. I don't know, Tin Man. I'm not a normal real estate investor. I don't like high leverage. I don't like putting my primary residence at risk, with one exception. If you could pay off the equity line in 1 year or less, go ahead and do that. We have done that over the past. But I don't add more debt on my primary so I can buy an investment. unless I can pay it off in a year. Again, that's not a very common belief. Most real estate investors would tell you leverage, leverage, more debt, more debt, more debt. I don't do that on my primary residence. That's where my daughter and wife sleep. So that's not cool for me. Is it a buyer's market right now? No chance. No chance. It's less of a seller's market, but it is not a buyer's market. Let's ignore those. Wow. 5 cap in Sacramento. Congratulations. Very cool. Mighty Whitey, what do you think about selling and waiting for a market crash in the next 5 years? I think you're going to be waiting a while. Again, there will be bubble markets. I think Boise, Idaho is the most clear example to me. But most of the country's not going to have a crash. We don't have that. We don't have the setup for a crash. Scott, what you don't know about California rent control is it's not on single family homes. It's only on apartments. So what am I telling you to buy in California? Single family homes. There is no rent control on single family homes, even in California. All right, folks, I'm going to call it here. Thank you for the participation. We got 137 people watching, but only 45 thumbs up. So help me out. I'd love to get to 500. We're not even 1/10 of the way there. But what I'm going to do now is shut this down because I need a few minutes to get ready for my students. If you don't know what I mean, I have a course below called How to Get Started One Rental at a Time, where I teach you everything I've done. And I talk to them at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. So I'm going to go there, and we are going to talk about that. Take care.